What's up, guys? This is Doug with Basement Level Magic. I am back for another Swiss Battle for Zendikar Draft. We've opened pretty good rare, but in two colors, unfortunately. Sort of a I don't know, hasty creature that returns to your hand, so it's not at risk on your opponent's turn, but it is in two colors. Other things here I like, probably the Coastal Discovery is the best card. There's a pretty decent red card in turn against, but the rest of the pack for red is pretty empty. Black has only one card, and it's a Myers Malice, which is good, but not something I want to first pick. I would definitely put one in a deck, but that would be later on after I was already solid in black. And then the Infiltrator is also pretty good, but and I would play a Ghostly Sentinel, but it's not a first pickable card for me. Same with Mist Intruder, so we'll go ahead and pick the Coastal Discovery. Here we have a couple of good cards. We got Nettle Drone, we got Snapping Gnarlid, Adverse Conditions, Eldrazi Sky Spawner. Even Bone Splinters is something I like to play. If I'm in a ally deck, the Resolute Blade Master is also a very good card. Here I think I just take the Sky Spawner. It keeps me on color. I would love to have the Adverse Conditions, but the Sky Spawner is a better card in my opinion. So here we have not an exciting blue pick. We could take the Evolving Wilds. We've already passed the Nettle Drone, but there's no other red cards in here, so I don't think that... I think if we take it now, we're not necessarily putting someone into red because there's just not much red in this pack, and there was not much red in our first pack. So we did pass the Nettle Drone in pack 2, but I think that red has still been a little bit weak. So we'll go ahead and pick the Nettle Drone up. Here we probably just want to take a Tightening Coils. It's an excellent card, takes care of a big threat. Unfortunately, an opponent can still sacrifice that big threat. I do like Sledge Crawler, I do like Ruin Processor, I feel like we can pick those up later. Serene Steward is good, but only if we're in an ally deck with the life gain. And Defiant Bloodlord is just super expensive for what it does. Although it is a big body for a flyer. But we'll just take the Tightening Coils. It's a good card and I'm happy to have it. In this pack we have either Merc Strider, but we do not yet have any Ingestors. We could also take the Vestige of Emrakul, which is a good card. The Gideon's Reproach is good if we want to kind of hedge our way into white just a bit. Could still end up in blue-white flyers at this point. There's no guarantee I'll end up with Ingestors, so I think the Gideon's Reproach is a safer pick. So I'll take it and we'll just see where things lead us. This is like the third Evolving Wilds we've seen. And here I'm pretty tempted to take it. I think Rush of Ice is an okay card. Silent Skimmer I also think is an okay card. But since we're still so open, I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds and see where that leads us. Here we got a choice between Cloud Manta, Coral Helm Guide, Scour from Existence probably. I think we'll just take the Cloud Manta. We'll have to see where pack 2 puts us. So this should be... yeah, alright. Here I think Spell Shrivel. This is our 8th card, so we'll get our first pack next. In the next pack. We'll see what's left. Yeah, I think Spell Shrivel is probably the best pick. I do like the red combat tricks, but there's no guarantee we're even in red, so I think we're fine with without. And I would even maybe splash a Nettle Drone. It is a good card. I know I've gotten some grief for not picking it, or picking a more synergistic card over a Nettle Drone in previous drafts, and I don't disagree with people. I do think it is a good card. And in this pack, probably we just take the Myers Malice at this point. I could take a Dispel for the sideboard, but I think I'll just take a Bone Splinters, and we'll see what happens. If we get a lot of good black in the next pack, it's possible that we switch. And both of those cards, Mire's Malice and Bone Splinters, are things that I would strongly consider playing. As is a Swarm Surge. I'm not going to play a Slab Hammer. This isn't the deck for it. Kite Sail Scout is just a terrible card, and Reclaiming Vines is so far from where I'm at that I don't think that's a possibility either. But we will see what the next pack brings. This pick's taking an awful long time. Evolving Wilds also makes it easier to splash if we end up in 3 colors. I think we want to be primarily blue. And the last time I played blue, I almost had a mono blue deck. So basically Blighted Steppe or Mortuary Mire here. Return a creature or gain 2 life. I guess we'll take the Mortuary Mire just in case. I do like the Reproach. It's a good card. Which would I rather play though if I'm only going to do 2 color? Gideon's Reproach or Nettle Drone? I think with the amount of colorless spells I've already picked up, I probably, I guess Tightening Coils is not colorless. I probably would want to play the Nettle Drone at this point. And maybe splash for the Gideon's Reproach. I'll take the Whiptail. Just because it does more damage. But again, it's not a card I am super excited to play. I'll take a black creature just in case we end up in black. This is not a card I've ever mainboarded, I don't think. Landfall is... Blue and black were weird in Landfall because they each had like 1 landfall creature. And I'm not sure if that's just in case you went with like a Converge deck, but you were also doing a landfall strategy. I'm not sure what that was all about. I'll get Reckless Cohort whether we wanted it or not. If you're not playing allies, I really think the card is terrible. If you're playing allies, there's nothing wrong with it. But it would be my only ally. So, not something I'm excited to play. Let's see what Pack 2 has for us. I would love to go into red, I just need some good reasons to do so. I wouldn't mind picking up 1 Eldrazi Devastator or Ruin Processor, but I need at least 1 Ingester if I want to pick up a Ruin Processor. Alright, so Endless One versus Royal Spout versus Royal's Retribution. I mean, this pack is like, versus Touch of the Void. This pack is awesome. So the Endless One goes in every deck, and it's awesome. It's like an excellent creature that could be any size you want it to be. The Royal Spout is like probably one of my favorite cards in the format. Sheer Drop I'm hit or miss on. I'm not in love with the card. Royal's Retribution is an excellent card as well and can be a total blowout. So do we want to go blue-white? Do we want to go blue-red? Or do we want to splash or play 3 colors or what? This pack is just amazing. God, I think it's so close between these two. I'm going to take the Endless One. And I know that people are not going to agree with that pick. But I think it's just such a good card. Chances of us getting that card back is like 0. So here we have Mist Intruder, Adverse Conditions, Rush of Ice, McKindy Patrol, and then also the Firemantle Mage. The Firemantle Mage is a great card. I think I'm more into the Adverse Conditions here. I like that tapping down 2 creatures and they don't untap on the next untap step. A lot of times I'll just win you the game. But we'll see. We'll see where we're at now. That first pack was too good. We probably won't see anything else our deck wants because that pack had everything. Oh, Exert Influence. So if I am playing 3 colors, that card is excellent. Could just pick another Cloud Manta or a Merc Strider. I mean, the power level of Exert Influence is just so high. It's hard to not even consider it. I mean, could just take a Smite. But I think that's wrong. I think we take the Exert Influence. And we just go ahead and play 3 colors at least. I don't really want to play a 4-color deck. But we saw so many Evolving Wilds in the first pack, I wish I'd taken more of them now. Well, I'm glad I didn't take the Cloud Manta. We still have that option. In white, there's just a Stonehaven Medic. In red, there's just a Belligerent Whiptail, which I already have one of. I don't really want to play. So I think I'm happy to just take the Cloud Manta. We want to really bulk up the 3-drop slot now. I would like to take at least 2 processors. Or I'm sorry, 1 processor and 2, probably a Rune processor, and 2 ingesters if I can. What we haven't seen is really any of the white flyers. Not surprisingly. So again, not much here for us. I could take the Retreat, could take the Castigator, which I think at this point is probably the best pickup for us. I was just saying how I want another Evolving Wilds for the splash, but I've really got a real shortage of creatures at this point. Take the Core Castigator. We'll see what happens. I have to say I'm not really happy with where I'm at right now, but you never know till the last pack is done what you're gonna end up with. So there's not much in our colors, if anything. Probably the Valakut Invoker is where we want to be. I did want an Ingester, but I think the Salvage Rune is probably the worst Ingester. And at this point, there's no way I want to go into a 4th color, so green is off the table for me. But the Invoker's not bad. It blocks a lot of the creatures in this format very well. Here we have some options. We can take a Mist Intruder and have an Ingester. We can take the Tunneling Geopede. Or we could take another Core Castigator or Felidar Cub. I think I want to stay as close to primary blue as I can. The Geopede I like, the Core Castigator I like, but I don't think that we're playing an especially aggressive deck where the Core Castigator is at its best. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Mist Intruder. Lithomancer's Focus is probably my favorite white combat trick. But we are playing Converge, So a Brilliant Spectrum might not be a good, or might not be a bad card. Oh wow, here's our first pack back again. So we have a choice between the Incubator Drone or the Royals Retribution. I think we just take the Incubator Drone. Do we risk playing a Skyrider Elf and splashing green? It's possible we're not even in red, to be honest. We really haven't picked up much. What do we take if we don't take this? I don't really see anything else, so we'll just keep the Skyrider Elf in the sideboard for now and have a look at what we end up with. Angelic Gift has been totally unimpressive to me. Jedi Offshoot also pretty unimpressive. So there's nothing here that I would really play. I guess I'll take the black card. Again, I'll take the Grave Birthing, just in case we end up playing black. Do I want a second Geyserfield Stalker? I don't think so. Don't really want a Vampiric Rites either, but oh well. Pack 3, this is where it all has to come together. So let's see what we get. Alright, Serpentine Spike, which, yes, is a powerful card. Also another Coastal Discovery. Eldrazi Sky Spawner, Incubator Drone. Molten Nursery. Yeah, Molten Nursery is not a card at first pick. I have a Coastal Discovery. It's not that I don't think it's a good card, it's just that I need more creatures and I need more lower drop creatures. The Sky Spawner is definitely the card for me. Here I think it's kind of a similar pack for us. So what, if any, combat tricks do I have I could play on Zada? Like nothing. I mean, it's a 3/3 for 4. I just want the McKindy Slide Runner. Yeah, there's not a white card. The problem with the Akum Stonewaker is that I find myself I find myself using its ability only one time, and then I have better things to do with my mana. So I think we take the creature. Ordinary Fighter. Yeah, green's always open, and whoever's playing green will get rewarded by it. But it won't be me. So do I want a Core Blade Whirl? Give my creatures first strike. Do I want an Oracle of Dust with only one Ingester? I don't think that I do. Guess we take the Core Blade Whirl. Hey, we're looking at a bunch more stuff that I probably won't pick up. I'm just too far away from the Brood Butcher. I could pick up the Blade Master, and then the Reckless Cohort looks a whole lot better. I do have the Core Castigator and the Core Blade Whirl already. Or I could just take the Kozilek Sentinel. I think synergy-wise, the Kozilek Sentinel is probably just the best pick. Vile Aggregate seems alright. Let's see. So I have 13 creatures and 1, 2, 3, 4 of them? 5, 6. Okay, so about half my creatures are colorless. I could take another Adverse Conditions. I think we take the Aggregate. Dampening Pulse. Ghostly Sentinel. we just have to take the dampening pulse. I would love to pick up the Vile Aggregate, or sorry, the Vestige of Emrakul, or Ghostly Sentinel, or even another Gideon's Reproach. But the dampening pulse, in my opinion, has just been overperforming. Wait, 21 cards. I mean, there's a possibility I just cut white too. Yeah, I'm gonna take the pulse. That one I'm not confident was the right call, but I do stand by it. I do like the way that looks. Blighted Cataract is a good pickup. Gonna be Grave Birthing number 3. I'm not playing black. Lithomancer's Focus, Sure Strike, or Looming Spires. Mind the Sure Strike. Here we go. So, turn against our Molten Nursery. I think I might even cut the white here. Yeah, I think it's got to be the, let's see, what do we have for colorless? Ten colorless spells. This would make 11. We'll take it. Nothing here I'm super excited about. I think I just take the Ondu Champion. Take the Cohort. Probably not playing either one. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like without white. Maybe splash the Skyrider Elf. Take the big blue flyer just because it's a big blue flyer. And it may make the deck. Certainly not colorless. Second Sure Strike. Sure. And War Paint I'm not going to play. Alright, so let's put this together and make a deck out of it. Ungroup the creatures separately and pull out. I like to pull out the lands for the deck building, so we'll get those out of here. So we're looking at 24 cards. Probably too many non-creature spells, although Exert Influence is kind of a creature spell. Coastal Discovery is good. Dampening Pulse is good. Brilliant Spectrum might be what I want to get rid of. It's the discard 2 cards that I don't really like. Do we have enough for Molten Nursery to make it really work? And do we want 2 Sure Strikes? So, Molten Nursery says that whenever we cast a colorless spell, Molten Nursery deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ways. I think 10 is enough. to make it worthwhile. Really only have one cut. We just not splash green. But I think that's worthwhile too. Especially if I already need a third color for the exert influence to make it a little better. We could just play the mortuary mire too for the effect. Or I could splash Gideon's Reproach as well. Things I'd consider splashing for, especially because I have a couple of different ways to create a scion, including Incubator Drone, Sky Spawner ×2, I think Adverse Conditions. So, what if I splash them both? So I don't have a huge top end, and how many... Coastal Discovery is like my only Awaken card. I think I can play 17 lands in this pretty easily. Maybe we only play one Sure Strike and one more cut. Yeah, we'll stick with 3 colors. I think that's probably better. We'll definitely play the Evolving Wilds. I think I probably will still play the Mortuary Mire just for the ability to bring back a creature, since I'm playing 14, which is not no creatures, but is pretty low. I'll go ahead and add some basics. It says 1 plains, 1 forest. I think we want 8 islands, 5 mountains, 1 forest, and 1 plains. Yeah, so 4 color. Alright, we'll go ahead and submit that. Guys, I will see you back here for round 1. This has been Doug with Basement Level Magic. Please click like and subscribe. We really appreciate the support.